a PlayStation girl. No. I think I've only played on PlayStation once in my life, and any other, like, console video game. I have never touched, well, once, a console. I don't know how to play video games. I've never played any of the popular ones, also the not popular ones. I've only played one where it was like a little, the one time that I did, a little ball of yarn, and it, like, I don't know, it was something funny. Nothing with guns and like military stuff. Besides Sims on my computer. That's like as adventurous as I ever got with video games. You killed Colonel Mustard in the library with a candlestick. I just looked at this and I had to Google it. I had never heard of Colonel Mustard or the candlestick. I've never played, oh no, have I played Clue? I don't think I've played Clue. You talk when you know about the topic, otherwise not a very talkative woman. It's true. I don't talk a lot. But when I'm with someone that knows me and someone that's close to me, I talk a lot. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not talkative like it. If I'm out with people, I sort of like get into my own brain and I start observing what's happening around me, and I don't say much. I try to. I've been trying to do that more. You know, talking. You're the kind of girl to rave about going to eat chicken wings, but when you actually go, you take nibbles at them and say, yeah, I'm done with them, and leave like 99% of the meat on them. That literally can't be any more accurate. I don't like chicken wings, first. I don't really like meat. So, but when I eat, I do tend to leave a lot of my food on my plate. I've been pushing myself because I don't want to waste food. I've been pushing myself to like finish everything on the plate. And my boyfriend always gets mad at me when I leave stuff on my plate. Like I'll leave like one chickpea or like 2 green beans when I could easily push myself a little and finish it, but I don't. But I just let the person in front of me finish it if they want. You smoke and every now and then get into mushrooms or acid. If you were talking to my teenage self, but I'm like, what's the term? Straight edge? Is that what it is? I guess it doesn't count because I drink alcohol sometimes. But yeah, I don't like feeling in an altered state of consciousness now. When I was 16, I would tell you otherwise. But yeah, I don't do anything now, really. I don't even go to parties. A lot of people assuming I smoke pot. I don't. I would get mad anxiety if I did. Now, yeah. I haven't in like over 10 years. No. Like 9 years or 8 years. 8 years. Most men would assume upon first dating you that they'll have to wear a collar. Oops. If you mean in terms of control, I'm not really controlling. It depends on the person in front of me, but no, I like a particular way of things being done, but I don't really like push that viewpoint onto people. I'm pretty go with the flow. I'm like go with the flow, but also rigid in some senses, like when it comes to home stuff, like cleanliness and organization and just being like, you know. But no, if you're talking about something else, that's different. A beautiful soul who learned the true value of love and life. Honestly, a blessing from heaven. Stay safe, Nymfy. Thank you. I think I'm still learning. I think most people are still learning the value of love and life and going through the process of finding themselves. You hate letting other people try your food, like in restaurants and such. Correct. I hate it. I don't want anyone touching my plate ever. Don't touch my plate. But I've said that in other videos. So I think some of you guys are using knowledge of me to your advantage. It might be a touchy subject, but your childhood wasn't that great. No, I had a good childhood. I wasn't anything traumatic. I think there's a lot of layers beneath that everyone deals with in terms of childhood. Like as you grow into an adult and you sort of see what was lacking, or, you know, like certain life skills that you learned or didn't learn. But no, I had a normal childhood, friends. What was weird about my childhood is that I was weird and standoffish, and as a kid I was just I was just weird. I was a weirdo. I was in my own head and I didn't play with the other kids. So I think I missed out on a lot in that regard. That you're pessimistic. Yeah. Extremely so. So much so that I should probably go back to therapy. I haven't been in a while. You seem like a really, really genuinely kind person. Someone I would trust with a great deal if I knew in real life. I do my best to be kind. I think it's important. Because you never know what someone's going through in their day. If they're rude to you or whatever the case may be. I just try to be nice. Although I am a nervous person, so I'm on edge quite a lot. And that's a part of why these videos help me so much. Because I'm quite shaky, on edge, you know? And these videos really help me to calm down and to find relaxation. And it's the way, for example, we feel when we watch ASMR. I feel that way when I film it. So it's equally therapeutic, you know? That went really off track. Sorry. And then there's when you breathe in, you inhale oxygen. It's fucking spot on. It's bold of you to assume. And then there's a lot of people thinking my name means nymphomaniac. It's a combination of things. You know, nymphs, forest nymphs. I think they are magical and so pretty, and I like fairies. And forest nymphs remind me of Pandora, from Avatar. I don't know why, but I just love otherworldly creatures, and at one point I was really fascinated with fairy rings. You know how they naturally occur in forests, and that it means that's where they're dwelling in another dimension. I thought that was so cool. So yeah, and then the nymphomaniac part is just a bonus. You haven't had many real friends in your life. I have an extremely small group of friends and people that I trust. And in terms of making new friends, I'm not very good at it. And I'm not very good at keeping them. I just am quite distant from people. I am pretty bad with friendships in general. When it comes to new ones. And I distance myself quite a lot. As soon as someone gets too close to me, I'm like, whoa, too much. And then I back away. And that's a pattern that has occurred to me a lot in my life. Yeah, but anyway, there's the very few people that are like ride or die. Assumption, you are short. Also on Instagram, I had multiple people saying I'm tall as fuck, like 5'9". I'm like 5'2", almost 5'2". I'm really short. I think in centimeters, I'm like either 156 or 160. Can't remember. Let's say 158, and then in the middle. I'm really small. I'll measure myself and I'll update you in my stories. You seem like the kind of person who builds their own Ikea. Visible by the fact that your cabinet doors are misaligned. The cabinet doors. This is a really old apartment, and I decided to fix up the space. And the cabinet doors, that's like a closet that is old. And all I did was paint over it in gray and changed the doorknobs. So there isn't much I can do for the doors that are already like, their life is just over. So that's what that is. But I like it anyway. I think it's charming. You'd rather stay alone at home than go out with a group of people? Yes, absolutely. But I've been trying to push myself to be more outgoing. And whenever I do go out with people, with the group that I have, that I love, I feel better. And so I've been trying to do more of that instead of staying at home and like being in my bubble. And it's actually it's made a world of a difference in my mental health. In front of the camera, you're a sweet, kind person, but as soon as the camera goes off, you turn into a person that hates everything. I have a lot of pet peeves. I'm very picky. I'm not an easy person. I'm easygoing, but like in terms of my view in life, and I'm moody. Someone else assumed that I'm moody. I'm moody. You like deep conversations over simple small talk. Yeah. I avoid it. I avoid small talk as much as I can. And I'm extremely open in conversation. Like, I could talk about anything. There's literally no limits as to the topics that you could talk to me about. Like, I don't get embarrassed, flustered, anything. The reason that I keep, for example, some topics more, like you might find me kind of curving the bush around some questions, is only because it's the internet. Curving the bush, that's not right. Going around the bush. Tiptoeing around questions. It's just because it's the internet, and I want to be as safe and private as I can, especially because my channel is growing. So that's all that is. But otherwise, like in real life, you could literally talk to me about anything. You don't care for politics? No, I don't watch the news. If the news goes on, like if someone near me is watching the news, I put on my headphones and I leave the room. I don't even like TV. You probably don't want to have children. I'm curious as to why you would think that. I'm just curious. But no, I couldn't be farther from the truth. You have a difficult time sharing your feelings with others, and a lot of the times you pretend like you're okay, so as not to be a burden. Yeah. Yeah. I've tried to recently share more of that when I'm not okay, and realize that I'm not a burden to people, especially when I'm at like a breaking point. But yeah, I do avoid sharing. I used to be an oversharer, and now I became like an anti-sharer in general. And then someone saying that I have a doppelganger, that's so cool. That's really cool. You're very distant and closed off when it comes to interaction with other people, but you're actually really cool when you're not face to face with others. Yeah, I come across as very distant, like a wall, a concrete wall. And then when you get to know me, when I get to know the other person, I warm up, and because I'm extremely emotional and sensitive, and I'm very caring. I like caring. Like, one of the things I love most is caring for others. I like cooking for them and doing stuff for them, and yeah. But I do and look pretty just dead on the surface. You're somewhat socially outgoing, sexually curious, you have a few strong hobbies, you wish you could pursue more artistic things, and you prefer the nighttime to the daytime. Yeah, it's pretty spot on. You have a hard time understanding what other people's motives and intentions are. I think over time I've become less and less naive. I guess that's part of why I'm quite distant from people, just to avoid problems. Because I hate problems. I hate them. You seem like someone who would love to spend time lying under an aurora lit sky waiting for UFOs. Yeah, I used to do that. And someone wrote, like, other ASMR questions and answers. You're probably the popular girl at school. Nymfy official Q&A. You've got some deep, dark problems. I'm screenshotting that. It's hilarious. It's true. You seem like the type of person that likes raves, plants, cats, and pasta. Pasta. I used to go to raves, not anymore. I would still love to go to a boiler room, though. Or a DJ Mag event. Plants, I love. Cats, I do not love. Pasta, yeah, I like it. You have at least one pet, dog, snake, or spider. Fortunately, I don't. I have a spider in the corner of my room that I've just kept there for like a month. I don't want to take it away. It keeps me company. I don't have a pet, unfortunately, and I never had a pet as a child. And my neighbors are being loud again. Deep down, you're unbelievably nice and cozy to be around, even though I'm an introvert and standoffish. 100% true. I feel like you have a really flirty side that is just artistic in a way. It's very interesting and introspective of you. I guess so. You seem like a good friend and a good listener. I bet people love sharing their thoughts and having deep conversations with you about life. Yeah, I have a lot of those with my friends. A lot of those. And they're the best. I love my friends. You're very chill on the outside, but inside, it's a roller coaster of emotions that you keep dormant. Yeah. On the outside, I seem so calm and collected, and I think I come across as confident. It's the opposite inside, trust me. To me, you exude a high sexual energy. When I feel you to possibly be pretty reserved. Does that mean I come across as reserved? But in reality, I have high sexual energy, or the other way around? I am, on the surface, very reserved. I feel like you enjoy learning about other people's cultures. You seem to be kind of a polyglot. Someone else said that. But like, you seem like you have a really high IQ. Because you know so many languages. Or like, you seem like a genius. And I'm like, fuck. You guys, my IQ levels, like, go as far as Google Translate goes. That's like the limit. I know 2 languages. My 2 native languages. English, Bulgarian. Nothing else. Like, I'm learning Italian. I can understand Russian and Serbian, a little bit of it, just because it's so close to my language. It's so close to Bulgarian, but that's it. And I'm sure other Bulgarian people also understand those languages, so it's nothing new or special. I'm not a polyglot, and I'm not like... But what constitutes a polyglot? Is it someone that knows more than 2 languages or more than 1? If it's more than 1, then okay, because I know 2, but no. You dabble highly into things that have to do with the occult. I used to. Now I've sort of mellowed out about a lot of things. I used to research a lot about that kind of stuff. Like, I was obsessed with it. And then it slowly kind of fell out. But in general, I am someone who prefers that side of things, darker side of things, with everything in my life, which sometimes I kind of wish it wasn't the case. Like, I want to be this colorful sunshine girl, but it's not me, you know? I'm dark, and I'm just dark. Hardworking, overworked type of girl that fights back the stress and keeps it under the surface. Perhaps doing ASMR is your way of decompressing. Yeah. I am very stressed and overworked. Nothing to do with ASMR. This is absolutely my safe space and my place where I feel like me, and this channel is everything to me, literally. But I am overworked, especially lately, and things are about to get crazier in my life, so you probably only tip when you're by yourself, low-key. What do you mean? Like, tip a server or a dancer? What do you mean? I tip, of course, but do people not tip when they're with other people? I would assume it's the other way around, you know? People don't tip when they're by themselves, but to make a good impression, they tip with a group of people. I don't know. That when you learn a new thing, you become obsessed with it. Yeah, completely. I go through phases of obsessions with things. Into BDSM, Wicca, Tarot, Zodiac. Favorite music is black metal. Not far from the truth. I don't practice Wicca. I'm not Wiccan. But you take massive compliments? What do you mean? I mean, I get a lot of really kind compliments on YouTube that I'm so thankful for. It's a nice ego boost, but at the same time, I don't know how to accept them. Because it's one thing when people on the internet see you a certain way, and then another thing, like, to be you, you know, and to know yourself. You struggled quite a bit in terms of finding peace and happiness. It used to be very elusive for you. That's absolutely true. It's true. I'm still on that path not finding it, but I'm still on that path of establishing it and making it happen for myself and not waiting for it. But happiness used to be an extremely distant and elusive concept to me that I didn't even know how it felt like. I got dark really quick. You're very honest and tough, a little intimidating. That's true. The intimidating part, I think, is an assumption of also, like, I've been told this in real life as well, that I seem intimidating and confident. It's because I put that act on the surface to conceal all of my anxieties and insecurities. Seriously, though. And I think because I get so anxious, for example, in social situations, I tend to sort of freeze up and, like, my bitch face comes on, naturally it's like an impulse. And I seem very like too cool for you, but it's really not the case. I'm nervous as fuck and anxious as fuck. A lot of people said that too, that I feel like I'm too cool for them. No, trust me. You like dogs more than cats? Yeah. I don't like cats. I'm trying to learn how to like cats, but they're scary and they're unpredictable. I don't like them. You seem like the kind of person who worked at Hot Topic in high school. I worked at a little tattoo shop and I was at the front retail section. It's actually where I got this piercing, because the girl, we had an intern and she was learning how to pierce and she was like, do you want a piercing? I was like, yeah. And she went like halfway, stopped, and then kept going, and it was the worst pain ever, but I really love it. I was actually thinking of taking it out recently, but anyway, I guess you're close enough. I also worked at a pizza place. That was my longest job for like 6 years. You're an underground rapper who's trying to make it out of the hood. Absolutely. How did you know? You're a pretty chill person most of the time, but when the time comes, you can turn up. I don't really turn up. That's the thing. I used to be able to, and like in my teenager years, and now I just sort of don't want to turn up. I don't know how to turn up anymore. I feel like if I went to a place that I really wanted to, like boiler room, like a live boiler room, I feel like I would just die of joy. I don't know about the turning up though. I probably like just, do the techno thing while eating chips or something. I've always wanted to go to a Marilyn Manson concert, but like have a burger inside at the back, like eat, have a meal as if I'm at a 5-star restaurant, but while watching Marilyn Manson and everyone, in the center being hectic, but I would just be away from it, watching it from afar. Your cabinet doors are off level. Please go get a screwdriver and retighten your hinges. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I answered that earlier, so I can't really tighten them. I don't think that's gonna help. No, it's just really old. I don't think that'll help. Maybe raised, pretty sheltered, and have spent your life exploring and finding balance. I was raised sheltered until I became 16, and then shit hit the fan. And, yeah. So, now I've found a balance. First it was sheltered, then it was out of control, and now it's balance. You have a good voice for singing. I like singing. A talent that I can tell you that I do have is I have a very good ear for hearing when something is off key or on key. I'm on key when I sing. I don't think I sing well, but I just like it. But I do have a good ear for tuneness, in tuneness, out of tuneness. You seem like the type of person to dislike donuts because of the frosting. Yeah. I guess you watched my Q&A. No, it wasn't a Q&A, it was a facts about me video. I fucking hate donuts. The frosting is disgusting. And then someone wrote in big caps, big forehead. Yeah, I have a fucking big forehead. I'm getting my finger fixed. My nails fixed on Monday. So any pre-recorded videos that you see with this nasty nail, That's why I'm waiting for my appointment. Anyway, that's why I liked having bangs, because they covered my like fucking 8 head. So I don't know what to do with my hair now, because I do still think my forehead is big. You're the kind of person that cares about other people's vibes. You need to establish some sort of connection in a sensorial form so that you can feel okay with other people. That's true. If I feel someone's vibes are off, I just don't associate myself with them. And if I feel someone isn't a good influence or doesn't have a good effect on me, I just don't associate myself with them. I do that with everything in life. I just want to be surrounded by things that make me feel good and positive and happy, because I don't know. I think more people should do that, because I feel like a lot of people out there in the world keep toxic people in their lives out of fear of what that person's gonna think. But it's fine. People change, and friendships, relationships, partnerships, come apart after time. So it's normal for you to drift apart. And if you have someone like that in your life that's like stressing you out, I don't think you should be afraid to distance yourself. That you're easily influenced on political subjects that your friends follow. Basically a PC person. What's PC? Pushover? No. I don't care about politics at all, so I can't be influenced if I really don't care about it. Well, I guess you might have had some rough years in life. It's true. Yeah, very rough. I always assumed you'd be a taller girl, but you said you weren't very. 5'2". You were always the good kid and you didn't rebel or break any rules. That's the farthest thing from the truth. I don't like anyone telling me what to do, and if someone tells me what to do, I do the opposite. And if there are rules, I like breaking them. Because, I don't know, just if like the masses is doing one thing, I want to do something completely different. Yeah, I've always been like that. You're 30 years old. Not. I don't know how to take that. I'm 26. In January, I'll be 27. Fuck. Can't believe it. You'd rather have a partner that stimulates your mind and raises your vibration rather than looks. Yeah, and someone else said that you're like the typical attractive girl who only dates men for their looks or money. That could not be farther from reality, but I'll answer that in another video, because it's like I have a strong opinion on that. You love watching horror movies and shows. Absolutely not. I hate horror movies and I hate horror shows. You can't stand small dogs. It's true. I can't stand small dogs. I mean, some of them are okay, but most of them just bark and bark and bark. And they think they're better than big dogs, when in reality, big dogs are better than them. That you're the dominant half of any couple and wear the trousers. Oh, really? I think it's pretty balanced in my relationship. Yeah, I think it's pretty balanced. You get stuff done properly every time, and you probably have more common sense than common knowledge. I do have more common sense than common knowledge. It's true. You're not the type to talk too much, but when you do, you talk facts. True. Have an opinion on the authenticity of the 1969 landing on the moon. Absolutely. Absolutely. It didn't happen. You're hella confident that you have a B cup. Yeah. You're hella confident. I come across like that, like I said before, but I'm definitely not. You like candle wax. I love candle wax. You love your own company more so than the company of others, most times, just because I like my time alone. And when you're alone, there's no issue. That you prefer being so busy that everything in the world doesn't bring you down. It's true. I try to keep myself busy, not even about the world, but so that I don't bring myself down. Because when I have too much time to think, stuff gets bad. When I have too much free time on my hands, it's like death sentence for me. That you kind of hate mankind, but somehow still have some hope left. Completely true. Yeah, I'm not a fan of mankind in the slightest, but I do have hope that it'll get better. Hopefully in my lifetime, I get to see it. You're brilliant, but have always been too smart for your own good. I don't know about being too smart, but I've always been too thinking for my own good. You know, my brain works too much for my own good, and it gets me into trouble with myself. It's not good. Your favorite ice cream is pistachio. I don't like pistachio. I've never even tried pistachio ice cream, you know. I should. I always assumed it doesn't taste like anything. I wonder what it tastes like. You're an individualist. Absolutely. So many people have wanted to like do work stuff with me, and I'm always like, no, thank you. You have a tattoo somewhere that people can't see when they first meet you. I do. You don't like traveling much and love to spend time at home. Okay, here's the thing. I love traveling. But I hate traveling. I hate traveling, but I love it. Like, I love being in other places, but I hate the anxiety that I get before traveling. I hate packing. I hate being on a plane. I just hate the process of traveling, but I love seeing other places. That you and your boyfriend get into a lot of arguments because of your pickiness. Not arguments, but he finds it really funny how picky I am. And like particular about stuff. Yeah. He gets annoyed sometimes. I thought you were a demon worshipper because of the art we make. No, I've just always been attracted to very dark things, but I'm not a demon worshipper. I assure you, I'm not. I think you could live by the sea forever. Absolutely. That's my place in this world by the water. You probably have really great taste in music. I mean, I think I do for myself. My great taste in music might not be someone else's great taste in music. You're definitely considering getting an OnlyFans account. I was considering it, but not for anything, you know, too crazy. I don't think I'll do it though. Not an easy person to be in a close relationship with. Yes and no. It depends also on my partner. In general, I'm not an easy person, no. But I am easygoing. I don't know how to describe it. I know I'm contradicting myself, but your farts smell delicious. I can't judge my own farts. Someone else has to do that. You didn't always know you were good looking. I'm insecure as fuck. But, like, some days I feel really good. Other days I feel like garbage. So, I think that's with most people. But you needed help putting that cabinet together. God, that cabinet is really, like, bothering you guys. It's old. It's not my fault. I didn't put it together. I only changed the handles. It's just really old. It's like falling apart. And I just painted over it. That you want to make money based on being pretty. No. All I want is to have my own business based on what I'm good at. And I think I found something that I'm good at finally. Because I spent my whole life not knowing what I was good at. And just like yearning to have my own thing where I wouldn't, you know, have to work in an office, So that's all that is, really.